coronavirus. Hi you guys, it is your girl Pretty Girl Peeps here with some relatable content from your favorite Pretty Girl Peeps. So today is going to be a quick story time. This is inspired by my good friend Lando Success. I will tag him in the description box, so make sure you guys follow him. Definitely been helping me on my YouTube journey. So he wanted me to actually do a story time. So I originally had one story time in mind, which was just going to be about talking about how I just feel like a failure as a wife and a mom right now. And then a life situation happened, which of course, if you're watching this video, you've seen the title. Clearly, you know that means my child was exposed to COVID-19. So it's just going to be my story time of kind of talking about the process, kind of talking about how we found out, what we found out, what I did, and kind of going from there. So I originally recorded in the moment, like the transparency of the events, but it was dark and you really couldn't see me. You could hear the story, but I don't want you guys sitting in the dark for like 7 minutes. So I was like, I'm just going to come back, re-record, and kind of, you know, tell what happened. It probably won't be as much emotion because that was like a day or two ago, but I still kind of want to tell you guys what happened, what my thought process was, and kind of go through that. So to stop rambling and to get into the story, pretty much what happened was we picked up Melanie from daycare on Tuesday. She had also attended on Friday. And my husband was giving her a bath. We always give her a bath when she comes from daycare or she just comes from being around people in general, just to like remove, in my mind at least, germs. So pretty much my husband was giving her her bath. I went and took a shower because I had been at work. And when I got out the shower, like I was literally in my towel and I got a message from like the message center at the daycare. I'm like, it's kind of late for them to be messaging me. Something must, you know, be going on. Let me go ahead and check the message out. So I look at the message and I just immediately go to the part that says a child in your child's classroom has been diagnosed with COVID-19. Not exposed to COVID-19, but diagnosed with COVID-19. And the last time they had attended class was on Friday. However, you know, the message didn't make it seem like they didn't say any of the kids had to quarantine, anything like that. They just said, here are the symptoms, you know, to contact your child's pediatrician if you see happening. So like fever, shortness of breath, or cough. So Melanie had already gotten like cooties from the first 2 times she had went to the daycare, which did include having a cough. And 1 time she did have a fever. So I, of course, panicked, had on my little towel, ran over to the other bathroom on the other side of the house to tell my husband what was going on. And he was on the phone with his mom. And so they were just, you know, pretty much just calm. And I'm just like, this isn't really a calm moment. If you know me, I suffer from anxiety and I'm just an anxious person just in general. I'm like, nobody's panicking, what's going on? So I wound up trying to call my sisters, because I call my sisters for everything, my older sisters. All my sisters are like 14 and 20 years older than me. So most of the time I call one of them, one of the 3 of them, to talk to them or text them about something that's going on, to kind of ask for their advice. So none of them picked up. So I called my best friend and, you know, she was just pretty much calm. Like, all you can do is take a test. You know, if you want your husband to take a test, but don't force him, you know, Melanie will probably be cool. So after I called her, I immediately called the pediatrician. Even though, like I said, she really wasn't having any of the signs. I'm one of those proactive people. So I wanted to let my pediatrician know what was going on kind of like more immediately so that I could kind of see what the next step should be. So, of course, it was after hours, so I would have to be, you know, on call. So I was waiting on the call from the pediatrician, still hadn't heard from my sisters. And, you know, my husband is just being super calm. He's like on YouTube and like texting people. And I'm just like, bro, like, what's going on? So he's like taking care of her. We had gotten her dressed by that time. And like I said, she didn't really seem to be exhibiting any symptoms. So I wound up calling my other best friend, who's a little bit more emotional but logical. So she was like freaking out. But she's like, it'll be okay. You know, if you want to get tested, go ahead, get tested, whatever. So at the same time, I'm looking for like ways to get tested. So I'm looking for like a testing place. So I'm like looking at CVS, looking at Walgreens, because I wanted more so a rapid test, because I had actually been at work that day. So I'm like, if I was exposed, I want to know so I could let people know. And I was also around my mom and my sisters on Sunday. Melanie wasn't, but I was around them. And Melanie was around my husband's mom the day before, but she had on a mask. But still, she was around her. So I kind of just, for my sanity, wanted to know what was going on. So I finally found a CVS, but the guy called me immediately and he was like, I'm sorry, we don't have any more rapid tests. So even if you come, you won't be able to get tested. So I'm like freaking out, like, oh my God, that means I gotta wait until tomorrow to find out. So in the meantime, I got like an idea in my head, like I'm just gonna go to CVS and get one of those like Binax tests, like one of the tests where you self-administer and you test yourself at home. Because my husband had wanted wine before this even had started, so I was like, we can get wine, I'll get tested, we could do all that in like one swoop. Plus, I was like too flustered to cook, so I'm like, let's just get something to eat out. So right before we left, her doctor wound up being the doctor that was on call. He gave us a call back, and he's like a super chill, super calm doctor, like all the time. And so you know, when he called, in my mind, I'm just thinking like, he gonna be like, it's coronavirus. And he's just so like calm. And he's just like, you know, Melanie, for her age, you know, if she gets it, she's probably gonna just pass it. She could have already had it and passed it, because when she did have that fever, she did have chills and a cough as well. But he was like, you know, if she's not, you know, if she's still eating, if she's still drinking, if she's still, you know, having bowel movements, she's still, you know, using the bathroom, wetting her diaper, she should be fine. You know, if you see anything alarming, she gets a fever, she stops breathing, you know, things like that, bring her in, let us know what's going on. Just continue to monitor her, continue to do what you've been doing. And I'm like, you sure? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, do I need to get a test? And he's like, well, you're vaccinated, you wear your mask everywhere, right? It's like, no, you don't need to get tested, you don't need to report it to your job. I'm just like, this sounds weird, but oh, okay. So I'm trying to like trust in that. So me and my husband, we load the baby up, we go to CVS, and I'll insert that clip. Here at CVS, gonna try one of these and see what's going on with me. Hopefully nothing, but just in case, since she was exposed, want to make sure I'm not exposed. So this is about $24, $29, but for a person with anxiety, I don't even care, okay? I don't even care, okay? So we go to CVS, I get the test, I get the wine, and then we go to Arby's and get some food. So I actually winded up getting the test $10 cheaper. So it's normally like $24, and I got it for $14 because like I had a CVS care package, care credit pass, something that was worth $10. So I wound up being able to get it on sale. So this time I'm still like freaking out, like, oh my God, like what if my baby got coronavirus? What if I got coronavirus? What if my husband got coronavirus? You know, we were around this person, we were around this. I immediately started thinking about everybody we were around, because we don't really honestly go anywhere, do too many things. We get our groceries delivered, wipe things down. I mean, and coronavirus doesn't have a respect of a person. Vaccinated, not vaccinated, people still can catch coronavirus. So I was pretty nervous within my head. So even though my doctor was telling me to be calm, her doctor, her pediatrician was telling her to be calm, I still was like, ah. So, you know, the next day I winded up actually emailing my boss, letting him know what was going on, like my big boss, because I didn't know if I still needed to report because she was exposed. So that's an exposure from her, not a direct exposure from me. So he said no, but, you know, I wound up just taking a day off so that I could focus on her, monitor, make sure she didn't have any symptoms, take the test myself. And then I was going to go to CVS or Walgreens to get the test. But it winded up being that if I was going to take the test because I didn't have symptoms and I didn't have a direct contact, I was going to have to pay like $150 for the test. So I wasn't going to do that. So what you'll see next is actually me administering the test and kind of how that process went, and then kind of the after part of that. So I also want to add that, of course, I believe in God. I was praying the whole time, pleading the blood of Jesus over me, my daughter, my husband, anybody we had encountered, that, you know, the whole time I was doing that. Just want to make sure I also say that. So I got the test. This is from Abot, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, this is the Binax Now COVID-19 antigen for infection detection self-test. So it says it's a rapid test for the qualitative detection of COVID-19 antigens in nasal swab specimens. So this product has not been FDA cleared or approved, but has been authorized for FDA under emergency usage authorization. So this product has been authorized only for the detection of proteins from SARS-CoV-2, but not for any other viruses or pathogens. So that's that. There's 2 test cards, 2 nasal swabs, and 2 reagent bottles. So like I said, I read it online what to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. It looks like something in here. So these are the instructions, I think. And then this is what the test looks like. So there's 2 tests. 2 swabs, and then there's, so 2 tests, 2 swabs, and then 2 little dropper packets. I'm going to actually read the instructions to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so tells you everything that's in here, and then it has like the step-by-step instructions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I got a little bit of the Lysol because I sanitize everything too on there. So it says, do not touch any part on the inside. Handle card only with edges. And the pouch lay flat on table. Card must stay flat for the entire test. Make sure the blue line is present. So they said to wash your hands. So I've already washed my hands. Can't believe he don't even care. Like, he not even seeing if I got this. This is so crazy, y'all. So remove from pouch. So the control line is blue. That's the control line they have. And you lay it flat. Open card. You may bend the spine in the opposite direction to help it lay flat. Okay, so I got it flat. Remove dropper. So this is the dropper. Remove dropper bottle cap. And then you pour 6 drops over the top hole. Do not touch card with the tip. Let's see. So let's see, I'm gonna do 6. So it's laying flat, so I kind of can't show you guys. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7 just to be for sure. Put the dropper to the side. Do not touch card with tip. False negative may occur if less than 6 drops of fluid are put in the hole. So I did like 6.5 maybe. Open the package at the stick. So this is the swab. So it comes in a little thing like this. So you open it at the stick end. And you do not touch it. So you go, it says swab both nostrils. You want to see me take it, Darian? Swab both nostrils. Carefully as shown. So you go up 3/4 inches, the soft tip, 3/4 of an inch. And then using medium pressure, rub the swab against all of the inside walls of your nostril. Make at least 5 big circles. Do not just spin the swab. Each nostril must be swabbed for about 15 seconds. There, you want to come watch me? I'm about to do it. You want to see? Darian, you want to see? No. Okay. So I'm nervous as hell. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So I'm going to take the swab and do the exact same thing on the other side. And hopefully I'm going up enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that was very uncomfortable. So next, you insert the tab into the bottom hole and you firmly push it up until it is visible in the top hole. Do not remove the swab from the card. Turn the swab 3 times to the right to mix the swab with the drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't listen to instructions all the time. So that's 4. Do not remove swab. Peel the adhesive off. So I'm pulling off the adhesive now. And then what you do is you close the left side of the cover. Be careful not to touch the other parts of the card. Close over the swab. Press firmly to seal. Okay, so I just sealed it. Keep the face card up on the table. Do not touch or move the card during this time. And so then you're supposed to give it 15 minutes. Do not read the result before 15 minutes or after 30 minutes, it says. So I'm going to check for the result, and then they tell me what all I need to do. It says the second test should be obtained over 3 days with at least 36 hours between tests. See other side for important information. And then there is a second test if I choose to take it, or if my husband gets brave enough and takes it. So hopefully I had it up far enough in the nostrils to be able to tell. So I'm going to go ahead and set a timer for 15 minutes. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm about to read my results. My husband clearly just does not care. I think he personally wouldn't care either way. No, that sounds bad, but it's real. Okay, so according to this test, let's open up the pamphlet so I can see what this means. So, according to the test, similar to a pregnancy test. Okay, so it looks like, which my husband says he doesn't think I swabbed up there enough. So if y'all comment and chime in below, like I said, I plan on still going to take like a rapid test through the drive-through. So hopefully they will tell me if it's right or wrong. So it says, check for a negative COVID-19 result. We're going to start there. So find result window and look for a single pink or purple line in the window. If you see only one pink or purple line on the top half where it says control, this means COVID-19 was detected. So then on the flip side, if you see 2 pink lines, even if it's a faint line, like where you barely can see it, that's a positive result. So then the second thing will be if you get a blue line, if you get no lines, pink line on the sample side, or then blue and pink. So I'm going to show y'all. So this is my COVID-19 results. Darian, what you think it say?
Negative.
What y'all think it say? So it actually says, y'all see that? Crazy. Crazy, right? Super crazy, right? So I'm going to read what they say as far as interpreting these results. So what do results mean? Positive result. A positive result means it is very likely you have COVID-19 and it is important to be under the care of your healthcare provider. It's also likely that you will be placed in isolation to avoid spreading the virus to others. There's a very small chance that this test can give a positive result that is wrong, aka a false positive result. However, what I actually got was a negative result. So a negative result means that the proteins from the virus that causes COVID-19 were not found in your sample. It is possible for this test to give a negative result that is incorrect, aka a false negative, in some people with COVID-19. Darian, can you go check on Melanie? Even though the test is negative, if you test negative and continue to experience COVID-19-like symptoms of fever, cough, and or shortness of breath, you should seek follow-up care with your healthcare provider. Please consult your healthcare professional if you develop symptoms persist, or become more severe. Your healthcare provider will consider the test result along with other aspects of your medical history, such as symptoms, possible exposures, and geographic location of places you recently traveled, in deciding how to care for you. So yeah. So now my nose seems all runny. But my husband said I didn't do it enough. So I said, will the test hurt? Frequently asked questions. No, the swab is not sharp and it should not hurt. It can feel slightly uncomfortable. I feel like I really went up there, but maybe I wasn't up there enough. Yeah, it wasn't that bad as I thought it would be. But I ain't gonna do that, which is why I try to stay away from it, which is why I was like, if I got it from being exposed, that's gonna be so crazy because I try to take all these precautions. But anyway, I'm vaccinated. I wear masks. I sanitize my stuff. I take my clothes. I'll take a shower when I get home. Whenever I go out, unless, you know, I'm just outside. And I was just going to be like, that's crazy. But God does not have a respect of a person at the same time. But, you know, you don't tease the spirits either, you know. So this whole time, it's been nothing but a blessing from God to have protected my family. It's not me. It's not the mask. Even though I do know you should wear a mask. But it's ultimately God protecting me. So I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm tired now. I ate my little Arby's while I was waiting. So I'm just blessed. Okay, guys, so it's morning 2. I'm back. So my husband wasn't paying attention the first time. He's just so nonchalant. It's really kind of, to be honest with y'all, it's annoying. But it is what it is. But so he said, and my best friend who saw the video said that I didn't go back far enough. So I'm going to look at the illustration again. Luckily, I have 2 tests, so I could take another one this morning before I determine if I'm going to go to CVS. I did make an appointment to do the CVS rapid test as well. So yeah. So it says, swab both nostrils carefully as shown. Insert the soft tip into the nostril 3/4 of an inch. You do not need to go deeper. So I think I was up there enough.
Why don't you measure it with like a tape or something?
So he talked about measuring it with a tape. I don't even know where no tape is. Well, 3/4 of an inch is like right here.
How do you know that?
It shows it on the illustration.
Does it? I mean, is it like an actual true guide?
That's what it says.
So why don't you mark it on your Q-tip?
You can't mark it on the Q-tip.
Why not? Like,
you can't, because you would have to go up the nostril a certain amount of time. That's why I feel like I was up enough. But I'll go up even further. Like, this is the illustration. But so they have 2 instructions, but these are Spanish. How do you not know what 3/4 is? They're saying you go up 3/4. Not that you go 3/4 on the tip, on the Q-tip, babe. You go up 3/4 of your nostril.
Exactly. So why don't you go down from the Q-tip and then mark the actual like stick of where 3/4 of an inch is going to be?
So you saying like put the swab like here and then mark where it stops?
Get a measuring tape. Go from the end of the Q-tip, come down. It didn't mark what 3/4 of an inch is, so therefore you know that you're going up 3/4 of an inch.
What you saying not making sense? Maybe I'm retarded because that just makes 0 sense. You can't measure it that way.
Why can't you?
Do y'all get what I'm saying? You can't measure it that way.
They want you to go up your nostril 3/4 of an inch.
3/4. Did you see the post? Did you look at it?
They want you to go up your nose 3/4 of an inch, right?
Yes.
So therefore, why don't you mark it 3/4 of an inch so you know you're going exactly 3/4 of an inch?
So, but I would have to mark inside my nose, not the swab.
Where's the swab at?
I can't open it.
Okay.
You can't open it until you're about to do it. So I think I was definitely up 3/4. But I will do this yet again. So here's the test yet again. It says COVID-19 AG. It gives you the lot number, all that on here. Then you have the dropper. And then you have the swab. So I guess what he's saying is to measure on the swab what 3/4 is. But that wouldn't make sense. Now what might make sense is to say, okay, well, right here is 3/4. So if I have it at least to here, it's at 3/4. I think I'm just gonna cram it up there a little bit more at this point and kind of see what happens. So I'm gonna go back through, do this all over again, and see if I could get to the 3/4. This is just crazy because what the hell is a 3/4 of your nose? 3/4 of an inch. It says usually 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch. You do not need to go deeper. Using medium pressure, rub the swab against all of the inside walls of your nostril. Make at least 5 big circles. Do not just spin the walls. Do not just spin the swab. Each nostril must be swabbed for about 15 seconds. Using the same swab, repeat step 5 in your other nostril. So, the other one seemed easier than this to open. Now I feel like I'm retarded a little bit because why did the other one open so easy? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, like, because now I can't get this one open. Oh, here's the little thing. So you open it. We're gonna do this one more time. Hopefully you guys like this story time. Put this to the side. So when you open it, you make sure it has the control, the blue line up here. So we got the blue control line. You open the card flat. You may bend the spine in the opposite direction. You want to make sure it's laying flat on the table. So it's laying flat on the table. And then you remove the dropper cap. So this is a dropper cap. And you put 6 drops in the hole. But I'm about to make sure this is super flat. Okay, so you put 6 of these in the hole. It says remove dropper bottle cap. Hold dropper bottle straight over top hole, not at an angle. Put 6 drops into top hole. Do not touch card with tip. False negative result may occur if less than 6 drops of fluid are put in the hole. Are you gonna come watch me? So I'm about to put the 6 droppers in. So you take the cap off. Hopefully this is an interesting story time to y'all. So you put 6 drops in the hole. So you go directly over, not at an angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why is it so whiny this morning?
So that kind of stinks just a little bit.
What is it?
I don't know what's in there, but it's a dropper. So then you open the swab. They ask you to not open at the end with the actual swab. You open at the other end that does not have the swab. So it says swab both nostrils carefully as shown. So you go up 3/4 of an inch. So he's gonna watch me this time. And it says you do not need to go deeper. It says 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, and you do not need to go deeper. Using medium pressure, rub the swab against all of the inside walls of your nostril. At least 5 big circles. Make at least 5 big circles. Do not just spin the swab. Each nostril must be swabbed for about 15 seconds. So I'm gonna try this again. So I definitely feel like I'm up 3/4, but I'll go up even further.
Okay, see. Can you take it out? Let's see if we stuck it in. That's not 3/4.
How is that not 3/4?
You know you're supposed to go back there, like deep. Why don't we do an inch? Like,
I think I'm back there enough. That's me. I feel like I can't get it back there without sneezing. So either I wasn't back there far enough yesterday, or now this is just making me sneeze.
I don't know, man. Still like you ain't caught back with me.
Bless me. So I think I was back there far enough. But I guess I'll keep swabbing. Bless me. It definitely looks like it got back there far enough. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. So now my eyes are like super watery. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And I just washed my hands. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Woo, child. Because it say you don't have to go up more than a ½ inch or 3/4. I feel like now it feels like when you have really bad allergy attack. I feel like I got up there enough. That's gross. About to go wipe my nose. Making bring some tissue. So I think I went back there far enough. Who, me? Okay, so you insert the swab in the bottom hole. And then you twist it to the right. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that works.
Yes, thank you. So then you take off the adhesive. And you fold the card over. And press firmly. Okay, so then I gotta wait 15 minutes. So I'm gonna make another 15-minute timer and see what happens this time. I think I went up further this time, but I guess my husband still doesn't think I went up further enough. I think I did. I'm tired of putting this shit up my nose at this point. So we will see what winds up happening in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna stop everything, go clean my face, my hands, all that good stuff. Okay, so pardon my bookcase behind me. It looks a little crazy right now, but either way, Mel is eating her lunch. So I decided this would be a good time to come over here and finish telling you guys what happened. So long story short, after talking to my husband, talking to my friend who's a nurse, talking to my sisters, finally got to talk to my sisters about everything. Talking to my best friend, talking to my niece, who's also my best friend, who is in OT. We just made the decision that even though I was finally able to schedule an appointment because I was running into issues with CVS and Walgreens and people were running out of rapid tests. I guess because the cases are starting to go up, whatever. So I had found this company called Rapid Bio. But my nurse friend, she confirmed when she saw the last video that I hit the mucous membrane, she said, and because my eyes watered and I sneezed, and she saw the way I put it up there that I did it correctly. So in that case, we're just gonna say, your girl, pretty girl peeps, is COVID negative. I don't have any symptoms, so if I would've went to CVS, they were gonna charge me like $150. So unless I develop some symptoms, I won't actually be paying for a test, even out of pocket or with my insurance. And my hair is frizzy, y'all. I need to get my braids together. But thank you guys for this interesting story time. Hopefully it was interesting to you guys. I'll have more story times. My story times are probably going to be a little different than most influencers who can sit in one spot and just have that time. I got a kid. I got a husband. So yeah. So anyway, so today is my first day of class at Cornell University too. So I was trying to do all that within today as well. So it was a lot going on. So I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like these story times. My name again is Pretty Girl Peeps. Make sure you follow me. That's the timer on my pizza going on, so that means it's time to go. Husband, do you have any final words?
Yes.
What's that?
Be safe, wear a mask, don't panic, like my lovely wife, enjoy your life. Peace.
Peace. In the Middle East, yes. Wear a mask. Whether you say mask or mask, wear one. I feel like I got a scar right here. But yes, wear a mask. If you are eligible and can get vaccinated, it's a personal choice. I truly understand. Social distance, wash them hands. So, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is your girl, Pretty Girl Peeps, here again with some relatable content from your favorite pretty girl named Peeps. Thank you for watching.